Hey VR painters and amazing artists. Welcome back to VR Painting with T-Bone. I'm your host T-Bone again. And we are here in a series going over our brushes, which oddly enough are these. Today I'm going to go over the environments and I'm going to go over the lighting all in one. I said in the last video that I was going to go into, into them separately, but for you guys, I'm just going to put it all in one video. It's very simple and let's just get into it, okay? And since you guys are sitting there waiting for me to get all set up in this headset, subscribe, like, and hit that bell if you guys are interested in hearing more stuff from me, if you care at all. If you don't like what you see, hit me up in the comments below. And also all the videos and everything is going to be down there if you are interested in the other tutorials, which I've done brushes, I've done tools, and I've done a little bit more on the guides and our color picker and whatnot. So let's just dive into the environments. And this is a very basic thing and everybody will, I'm just gonna pull this off the dock. And again, let me let you know too, this is also in advanced mode. That's where you're gonna find it. If you can't find it, that means you are in beginner mode. So jump into advanced mode and you will see it pop up in more. That's what dock we're gonna have, and that's our environments. As you can see, this is an environment that is really open for creation. But they have these cool mountains in the background and it's just kind of fun. So you can change that. So let's change that environment. Let's go into either one of these. So this is just your platform, which I'm standing on right now, and that you can build up whatever you want on this little platform, and you can make a sculpture or whatever. And also, I'm gonna go over this really quickly. Making yourself bigger, elephant size, I think it even goes to dinosaur size, yeah. So dinosaur size, and then you can go all the way down. And that's something you don't even need a tutorial for. You're just hitting these thumb buttons on the side here at the same time and pulling them apart and bringing them together, and that makes your size. So anyway, in environments, you can change a lot. You can go into night sky, space, dress form. This is good for fashion designers and such. Pedestal, where you can do like a little, sculpture on that. I've seen a lot of cool artists there, and check out the tilt brush stuff. That information slide that just came down, that'll lead you to some of the art that's out there, because it really needs to be seen. It's really beautiful stuff that people are pulling off. So yeah, in your environments, you got all these other different options. You got pink lemonade, pistachio, and all this stuff. So let's just get into what those look like. I'm gonna get rid of my big old rock or whatever I made here. And by doing that, you just, left or right for undo and redo. And that also was in here. But let's change up our environment to night sky. Ooh, look at that. Wow, cool. Look at all those stars. It's pretty wild. Those are stars that I can't see being in LA and all the light pollution. But yeah, this is a good one for, just a nighttime scene that you're trying to make. So yeah, enjoy that one. That one's a fun one. Also, you can jump into space. So you actually get a moon involved with the space, and you can change your size based on whatever, and then you can make little planets. I'll probably jump into doing a tutorial on like little solar system or an Earth or something. I haven't really decided what I want to make, but look for that. That's going to be coming soon. And in those tutorials, I break down different techniques and styles and brushes and what I use. Then you also have this. And before we get into that, I want to jump into, you know what? I'm gonna do it later. If you stick around, you'll see later. I'm gonna get into more of the lights and the control you can do with the lighting. But let's continue with just the basic environments. So this one gives you this, so you can grab, well, let's see, maybe grab one of these oil paints or whatever. And this is really cool, because this, for fashion designers, it's fun. You can do like a scarf around, and again, you bring them into your computer. You can get the poly, which is this, the poly library, you can put it in there and then put it in a 3D program. And for advanced users, I'll do a whole tutorial later down the road for that. For now, I'm just gonna kind of basically show you what this is meant for. So you can do it this way. I also use this as a guide to find out how big people are to your objects you're creating. So it helps in that way, because like if you're dinosaur mode, you know, that person looks so small, like, I'm the dinosaur. So there is that too. Let's move on to the next environment. And when you go into lighting, this is where you can change, you know, the fog, the lights and stuff. We'll get into that next. So let's go keep moving along here. The pedestal is just great for, you know, creating your art on that. Oops, I just exited out of that. Okay, you watch your thumbs. I always knock it around. So I'm gonna go into like that hall, make a little rock here, a green rock, because when have you ever seen a green, well, I guess if there's moss on it, you'll see a green rock. Anyway, you could kind of create whatever you want here. And if you've watched the guides tutorial, you could also use the guides to help you along, making your sculpture look rad and neat. And you get precision that way. So this is just like maybe a person's face now, I don't know. It's like whatever you want to make. It's totally up to you, because this is your canvas right here. So that being said, let's move on to the next canvas, which is a snowman. This one's cool too. You can flip your brushes to the snow maybe, and then all of a sudden we're in like a snow globe, you know, and we have snow falling around us. That's kind of cool, right? And you can get really heavy into detail there, but I'm gonna make this simple. I just wanted to cruise through this so you guys understand the different brushes and you could utilize it the way you want. Pink lemonade is interesting. I'm still trying to decide how I'm gonna use pink lemonade. I'm sure there's different things you guys can think of, and there's other things that people have done in the past that are really cool. So it just kind of, it's odd. It's an odd color, and we'll go over the colors here in a second. We got pistachio. Yeah, it's got the pistachio feel and pistachio look. It's got the colors. You get the pink and then that pistachio green. I think this is like pink orange. But yeah, that's those. And then this one is good for illustrations. Like if you're an illustrator and you want to do just some basic designs in this white world, it's really meant for that. And if there's anything else you know about this, please be sure to let me know what a good option to use that, to like change that up. So okay, the next thing is all these three here, which I'm gonna just quickly go over. You got black, white, and blue, and it's exactly what it says it is. We have a black, where it's just no stars, no platform, no nothing, and you're just in a black space. And also the white is the same. It feels like I'm in the Matrix. I feel like a bunch of guns are gonna be sliding past me. That just aged me. Okay, so then this is blue, and that's, you know, this could be for, you know, blueprints. If you want to do like this blueprint feel, you get white and you throw in, you know, your paint and, you know, or marker, you know, tapered marker, and you're now making 3D blueprints. And if you look closely enough, I don't know if you guys can see it, but there are like square frames in all this. There's like guides that are in 3D. So when you use your guides or whatever, or whatever you decide to do, you're working on a grid that you physically can see, and it's kind of cool. So that's that. So those are really your environments, and you could interchange them all you want. But the next thing I'm going to show you is lighting, and you can change that through every one of these, except for I think these three. You can't really change the lighting. It's just really on your object more than it is in the space. So let's go back to standard, which is your platform, and we're gonna go into lights. And this is kind of jumping into a new kind of world. This can go here. So you have your sun, which is cool. And to grab it, hold the trigger to move. And you'll have little pop-ups like that, so you don't really need me, but I'm just trying to help you guys out faster and get you going in your art. So as you can see, I move it around, the shadows move, it moves in this environment as well. Let me get an object here. Probably not that kind of object. Let's do, again, Matte Hall. I just love this one, because it has a lot of angles, and so you can see the shading. So now you get the lights, and for a living, I actually do a lot of gaffing and cinematography, which is mainly lighting heavy. So understanding this, doing a nice back edge and things, this comes very naturally to me because I've studied a lot on lighting. But if it's new for you, I'll try to be nice here and make it make sense for you, because it gets tricky. But yeah, you can do backlight, you can do front light, you can do side light, you can just really create a cool environment. And to change the colors, you go in here and you can make it red. See how that key light is what we call it. The key light is red now. They call it the main light, but in filmmaking we call it the key light. And so yeah, you can just totally control that. And like I said, every environment you can do this, except for a few of them, like Illustrator. I don't think you do a lot of this. And secondary light is kind of just that extra light that's here, you know, it's not quite our fill, but you can change the colors so you have an overall ambient kind of color. So it's really more for your ambient light. I'm gonna stick to more white on that. And this is a lot like the color palette that you have in here. Same kind of idea when you jump into this. So then you got your fill light, and that's your dim light that kind of fills in the rest of the light. And the fill light, it's not a person. So, but yeah, so you could just really get really creative and get all sorts of kind of images with that. So yeah, guys, I mean, that's really it for those two. Let me jump back in and let me go even further to the last and final stage, which is backdrop. So when I get in, I'm always going to these three. I'm going to environment, which environment do I want? And you can change it while you make things. It doesn't really matter, but I like to choose the environment first and then go into lighting, kind of make it the way I want. I'm just gonna go into white fill light there. And you do the same thing, you move your fill light with your trigger, holding that down. You don't have to push any more buttons than that, just your trigger, and move it around. And yeah, so let's jump into background. And this is kind of giving you more of control in the sky. So you can get rid of your fog density. You can raise it up so it's like, oof, you can't see anything. It's like, I feel like I'm in London. And then, not that London's always foggy, you know what I mean. So, and then go a little bit like to no fog, and you get like a nice cool silhouette of mountains. So, you know, play around with it, whatever works for you. But you could also make a sunset, or you can make Armageddon. I don't mean, you got options. You put red here, you know, you got more of an end of the world color, maybe warm, right? And so we have two different colored options that you look straight up, you can see my first color option, and then more towards the horizon, you see the other one. So, and then again, you pull the trigger, and then you can rotate that, and then control where you want to see that. I'm gonna make a nice little sunset, so I'm gonna go blue with my top color, because usually the atmosphere is a nice blue, and then I'm gonna go into like kind of red, but I don't want to go crazy. Maybe a purple, red, purplish, reddish. Okay, yeah. And I'm gonna save that color, because that color, once you save it there, jumps back to your palette, and see how, man, now I got that color. So you can match whatever brush you want to the horizon, and now you got like this cool contrast here. So yeah, that's the basics of it all. The backdrop kind of controls that backdrop. And then your colors and your fog there. So the backdrop's not too complicated. It just kind of gives you a little bit more control at the end of the day. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you like what you see and like what you hear. And please put descriptions below if you have any questions. I'll hit you back. PartyBlimp here. We love our people, so we will help you wherever we can. So play around with it, have some fun, and happy creating, guys. I am here. I'm gonna make a lot more stuff. Little city series, a lot of different series. So check into the next tutorial, which is gonna kind of finish up this whole series into the last stage, which is the poly library. And I'm not gonna go far into that because it's very advanced. But yeah, stay tuned. I'll go into this and show you what this is all about. All right, guys, we'll see you in the next video.